Hello everyone, we are here today with Swapna Haldar. She is another participant of Artist Residency program here at IIM Shillong, and she's from Kolkata, West Bengal, and completed her MFA in painting from Visva Bharati University, Santiniketan. So today we'll be asking her what her experience has been in the Artist Residency program and what the past few 15 days has been in her art journey and her art process. So welcome Swapna. So just tell us what the past few days has been in this artist residency program, and just tell us your experience about it.
Under the guidance of mentor Majumdar, we have done 2 paintings here. So both the paintings have different kind of approach. So we have learned a lot from him, different new tricks and techniques to apply, which we can apply later on in our future days while doing works. And these 15 days, these are the most memorable days in my life ever since. So yeah, we have worked hard to make this happen.
So from an artist viewpoint, would you be able to describe your artistic style and the mediums that you generally work with? So yeah, so again, I hope a lot of people have asked this kind of question again, but just for the audience, just tell us a little bit about your artistic style.
Generally I use cloths, soft cloths by layers, different kind of layers of the cloths, floss and other found objects like animal skin, like flora and fauna, like other materials what I see around. I collect them and use them in my work. So coming up here, it's a different
kind of experience in terms of painting.
Yeah, because here we are basically
working only with landscape, I think.
Working only with landscape, but there are also other aspects in land. Like this is more a site-specific work.
Okay.
This is not kind of like what we merely see in generally in other landscape paintings. This is more about doing experiments with the land and other things happening in this land. Like the poet of this land who have wrote different kind of poetry, different kind of emotions evoked.
So just tell us a little bit about what developed your passion for art, and at what time did you think that you should take it professionally as opposed to other careers?
I don't know.
So it is just like how did your passion for art develop? Was it like, were you painting from initial days or did it happen suddenly at some point of time? What was your passion?
I paint since I was 3 years old.
Okay.
Before going to school, my mother
so your mother kind of sent you to the art school
sent me to the art school for the purpose of good handwriting, but eventually my love for art grows, and right now though I am just doing it full time.
So I mean, what is although you have explained a little bit about the medium that you work with, but what is your creative process from let's say from start till end? From seeing a blank canvas, how do you kind of interpret your ideas and how do you actually complete it till your final painting?
Actually, while doing different works, I use different kind of mediums. I am not basically into doing canvas works with acrylic or oil. I use different kind of mediums to evoke different kind of emotions.
Okay.
So I sometimes do performing arts, sometimes video art,
Okay.
sometimes paintings.
Okay.
So I am currently trying to merge painting and photography together, what I do, and also I do video art related to that.
So, is there any common subjects that you generally like to work with, or your subjects are kind of varied across your paintings?
Common subjects is kind of.
Let's say you some kind of artists generally like to do only portrait, or some artists generally try to do only landscape. Is it like any common subjects across your theme, or is it like you try to work with different, like let's say animals, peoples, landscape, or trees?
Generally, my works are based on figurative way, in a figurative way. Humans, animals, and other things.
Yeah. So, like working with a lot of paintings that you have up till now, have you like been in any kind of art shows, exhibitions, or any workshop? And what was your experience there? So, any prior artwork or a workshop or kind of exhibitions
I have done
that
one workshop with the artist, the eminent artist N.A. Sharsha. So it was a great experience being with him for 3 days only. The workshop was only for 3 days, but I have learned a lot from that, like the randomized way, and also being here, Professor Shamindra Majumdar. His way of thinking is also quite same, like the chaos and the randomized way.
So, in this current age, how do you stay motivated and inspired to be an artist? I mean, has there been any time where you faced an art block, or you were not motivated to complete a painting or not to start a painting? Has there been any time in your art career? And if yes, then how do you stay motivated to complete a new painting or to start a new painting?
I do see a lot of films, and other than that, art is more about living.
Emotions?
No, it's like the everyday thing. You are doing, you are cooking. This is also one kind of art.
Okay.
You are doing anything, you can relate it to the art. So, we all are artists.
Yes, and some are that. So, just let us know your thoughts on what do you think is the role of art in the society? How much of an impact can art do to a society?
It is very much important, but in today's generation, people are more into mobile phones and other stuffs. So, art is something which makes us subtle, emotional, and more. What to say?
It makes us think more, I can say.
Not only think more, it makes us more vulnerable to things.
Yes.
You think about things. You just generally not pass away. You see that thing, you feel that, you absorb that essence from that. So it's like
That is the sense of art. So, can you just share any challenging project or artwork that you have done up till now, and if there were any obstacles in completing those artwork, what were those, and how did you like kind of overcome those obstacles? I mean, a lot of artists, even here in the residency, you guys have faced quite a challenging task of doing 2 paintings. So, just let us know about that, and then we'll go with the paintings that you have done prior.
Challenges like here we were given 2 canvases and to process 2 different processes to make the 2 different paintings happen.
Yes.
So there was a challenge. We were, and this is so new to me. I have never done this kind of thing before. So it was a challenge for me, but it was so much fun. I never expected that.
Yes. A lot of the viewers might not know, but we'll share obviously the photo of the canvas where there is a black kind of border on top. So just tell us the story of that to the audience. How was it made initially, and what was the dramatic change?
As I have made the sky, the Meghalayan sky kind of, the floating skies, blue skies. So when Professor Samindranath Majumdar told me that to make it fully black, I was just shocked. But later on when I thought about that this is actually right. There is no questioning on that painting. That evokes a question, that evokes a barrier. What makes the people to stand? That
why is this black cloud all over the painting? That is a kind of really impactful. I think a lot of the
that is more like the unknown, what we don't know. Yes. Those creatures are going towards that way.
Yes. So coming from a lot of the artists do kind of exhibitions and participate in art shows, and they kind of get feedback from the general public. So sometimes the general audience don't know art as much as the artist fraternity does, and so is it like kind of get a little bit annoying for the artist when the general people ask very common question or silly question that is very common knowledge to artists, or how do you like deal with those kind of questions or feedbacks from general audience?
Firstly, I want to say that in our education system there is a big gap in art education. We don't give art education or how to see things or how to feel, or there is no class about art. Yes. In our schools. I feel like it should start like how to see art or how
to see a
to react, how to react to artwork. It is very much important. If you are not habituated with that and suddenly you have to see a painting, you will not gonna react. Yes. You'll just move.
Sometimes it is very difficult to even analyze art. Yeah. What is it? So most of the time I think you must have felt when common people can't understand, let's say, your art. How does it like make you feel? Do you try to describe to them, or like how does the process go?
Today's world is more like into AI, robots and all. People are not into more
in touch with
manual things or touch, but you can feel or touch. Paintings are more like you have to stand there and you have to feel them. You don't have to make an impression kind of interpretation out of it. You can only, painting is a visual language. It's like how you listen to a music. Yes. You just feel the lyrics and the rhythm and all. But if you don't know the language, still you feel that.
Yes.
Like that visual language, painting is a visual language. You can just stand and feel that emotion. You can. It may can happen that you may not feel the same emotion the painter felt while painting that. You can feel something else. But there is evoking some emotions within you. There is the connection, yes. I think.
Yes. So, have you also felt kind of, let's say, feedback or criticism from either the fellow artists or from professors or from common people also? So, has there been any instance when a negative feedback or criticism was not went good with you, or let's just say you couldn't take it in a positive way? And has there been also any instance where you have taken criticism and feedback and transformed your artwork to a better place? So again, so let's say a lot of the people do face, artists do face feedback, right? So sometimes there is positive feedback, sometimes there is negative feedback. So how do you take negative feedbacks when anyone gives?
Sometimes it hurts, but you have to accept it sporting, because if someone passing any negative comment about that, you have to go and let them ask, what is the problem, what is your problem, or what kind of, like while seeing my paintings, there are so many people ask me why this is so quirky or weird. So if you want to know my painting, you have to
Understand.
you have to get into touch with me. You have to talk to me. You are just making one point that it is not good, this is not right. You have to talk to the person in person to make it understand, to know how they have
Interpreted your art.
Hmm.
So is this like a challenging thing for you where your work has not been accepted? I'm just presuming.
This happened many a times.
Okay.
Like to my friends also, I do kind of semi-nude kind of photography with. So there's a problem. So to the society to accept that those things. But in Western countries, it is quite common.
Yes.
So there is a social structure which
Yes.
makes a barrier to accept things. But
Is it sometimes difficult?
But you have to be a rebel too.
Yeah, you have to be able to do it. Yeah, you're speaking right.
You have that. You have to get that spark to do something.
So, is it like kind of challenging for you to explain your artwork to normal people? I mean, I'm sure the people who are involved with art, they're kind of sometimes easier to tell your story with. But is it like kind of difficult to tell to common people?
Yeah, it happens many a times. When I was showing my video to
The presentation, during presentation.
while presenting my presentation. So there's a small girl who just freaked out.
I mean, yes, in normal instance, the audience is quite different as opposed to the presentation day. But I mean, let's say in any exhibition, how easy or is it difficult or is it easy to like?
Last time I exhibited my works in my university. So many people came and viewed my work. I was so nervous that how they will react, but the reaction was so good. They were so.
Audience kind of matters in this particular case. Yes.
Not always, but in some cases, I think if the audience is not interested to see or to know the work, what is it about, then it's a problem. So again, there is the education system.
Yeah.
But
How open mind are the audience? I think depends upon that as well.
if you can't understand, you have to come and ask.
Yes, yes.
There should be question every time. Someone should question every time.
So is it like some artists' paintings are quite like let's just say pleasant to the eyes, and some artists' paintings are quite complicated or so to speak cannot be interpreted in first glance. So how is like two painting? Is it any different from each other, or how do you like judge it actually?
There's when we interpreted beauty, there is different kind of identification of it, like what we say, if you say something as or point something as good,
Beautiful.
yeah, kind of like just
Oh, so
अगर हम लोग किसी चीज़ को ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, जैसे ये बहुत ज़्यादा
अच्छा दिख रहा है,
नहीं, बहुत ज़्यादा खराब दिख रहा है.
अच्छा अच्छा, okay.
To some people,
Mhm.
it can be beautiful too.
Yes.
There's a beauty is abstract.
Mhm.
Like different people, different kind of approach.
Perception.
Yeah, perception. So I think it works with the art works too. But there is a balanced way, like normalized
Okay.
kind of. Everything is kind of what to say. अरे सब कुछ का एक वो होता है ना, एक उसको क्या बोलते हैं, एक स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड वे होता है ना एक्सेप्ट करने का. तो we don't move ourselves from that standardized way of seeing things.
So let's just say, as an artist, what are your long-term or short-term goals, if you have any in your mind? What do you think? Where will Swapna be in, let's say, next 5 years or next 10 years? Have you made any plans, or are you kind of live in the spontaneous?
I have made few plans, kind of like, let's see it works or not. But I have some backup plans and plans.
Yeah.
Kind of like I will apply for grants and will do freelancing.
Yes.
Not gonna get into any job right now. So other than that, I just cleared my net. Thinking about doing my PhD.
Okay.
And working to work and PhD will be
side by side.
Yeah.
So I mean, has there been any time where you had to do kind of prioritization of your artwork and other responsibilities? Has there been any like kind of work-life balance kind of thing, or is it like completely work and living with the painting and working with the painting and all the time involved with the painting?
I'm not that much responsible person, so I feel guilty sometimes that for मतलब मेरे घर के लिए मुझे कभी-कभी guilty feel होता है क्योंकि मैं घर पे सबसे ज़्यादा बड़ी हूँ. So they have some expectations from me that I will do a job. I just finished my master's, so they have an expectation from me. But I'm thinking about the long-term thing for me and also my happiness too.
Yes.
So.
And for an artist, yeah, everything kind of matters. So I mean, as a
I am a selfish person.
I mean, it is quite subjective, for depends upon people to people. But I mean, at some point of time, you have to focus on art as well as your career. And some point, you have to give your time to family as well as your friends as well. So I mean, it is a roller coaster ride.
I am not a good daughter in that sense. My family.
I mean, it is quite subjective. From your perspective, it would look quite different. From parents' perspective, it can be quite different as well. So you may never know. So it is like a roller coaster ride that you have to do it. So I mean, any kind of particular artists that have inspired you a lot in your work, either right now or in your prior works?
I see a lot of artists work, like from performance art to paintings to video art. There are a lot of artists. Mostly I prefer feminist artists, like Kiki Smith is there, and there is the artist who is from Surreal movement, Leonora Carrington. Then there are other artists like Yoko Ono, who does performance art. And there's in India like Bharati and
so currently is there, okay. So any current right now artists that you are really, let's say their work you are really obsessed with, or kind of you really like their work? Any current artist that anything in your mind?
I like Kiki Smith's work very much. She does various kind of experiments with her works. There is no barrier kind of thing. So yeah.
So any in terms of skills, I mean, or let's say mediums, is there any particular technique, skill that you really want to learn, or any medium that you really want to experiment with?
No, I don't stick to any exact medium. There is no block in my use of mediums. I do experiment a lot. If I see something walking through there, I'll collect that, leave it in my space. I just experiment a lot. There is no boundary while doing a work.
So, just tell us your love for nature. How did it originate, or how did it go?
Where I live in Santiniketan, which is situated in West Bengal, it is very much close to nature. Like I visit the woods many a times, like in a month, 2-3 times or more than that. So there is an intense connection between those trees and streams and all with me, those stones. So I feel nature has that raw feeling, raw emotion, and also in nature what attracts me so much is that the patterns and the symmetry.
Okay.
That attracts me so much.
So apart from art, what other kind of things interest you? What other hobbies that you have?
Hobbies are like cooking, experimenting with different kind of
Spices.
not only spices or different kind of
Ingredients.
ingredients and all, making new things. I feel cooking is also an art. You can create new things out of it, and you can taste and feel it. Not only visual, but also the taste buds. So, other than that, I love sitting alone and watching the moon and the sky.
So just tell us your last thoughts on, let's say, to any upcoming artist, or just any person who has just started doing art. What would be the motivation, or what things he or she should take care of when they are starting their art journey?
Motivation is like you should see good art. Firstly, you should see good artist works, and secondly, you should see good films. I do prefer that. Other than that, you should connect it with every moment in life. It's not like you're sitting in a corner and making art. That's not happening. That will not gonna happen. That will not spark it
Anything
inside
new?
you. So you have to just engage with it with every moment. It happens. Like it's not like you have to practice it, but it happens if you have that passion inside you. You don't have to just look for it. It comes to you. If you have passion for anything, it will come to you.